Welcome to this episode of It's Our Time. And with me today, I have a special guest, Mrs. Chigozie Uwajeh.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, if you can, tell the people what you do, what's going on with you, what schools you go to, what degrees you have.
Okay, my name is Chigozie, as she said. Everybody calls me Chi or Kachi Designs. I have a clothing line that I started in 2012. I've been doing it consistently now. I went to Texas Southern University. I majored in, I got my undergrad in chemistry and I got my master's in public administration. Currently, right now, I'm actually doing what I love, which is basically being a designer. It's pretty fun, and I enjoy it.
Wow. Okay, so you have a bachelor's in chemistry and a master's in public administration.
Correct.
But you're a designer. You didn't go to school for it. So what made you go from the sciences into like creative arts? You rarely see that. So.
Well, I've always been very handy with my hands, so I just used to always tell myself I knew how to sew, and so I made a bet with my now husband, at the time he was my boyfriend, that I bet you if you get me a sewing machine, I'll make something, I'll be able to do. He was like, no you won't. You know what, I'm gonna get you a sewing machine. So he got me a sewing machine.
Wow.
And the first thing I made was a vest, and he was like, huh? And it just kind of just took off from there.
Oh, okay. Wow, you guys get that? Her boyfriend at the time bought her a sewing machine. That's not cheap. So let's talk about that though. This is your now husband.
Yes.
So how's the married life?
Oh, married life is great. We've been together over 10 years, and as soon as you get married, things do change.
I'm sure. Last name for one.
Yes, and everything, you become one now, like officially. So I'm happy, I love him, and we have a new baby, so that's a blessing too. So.
Wow, married, new baby within a year. So tell us about like motherhood and just kind of like how you balance your time between being an entrepreneur and also being a wife and also now being a mother.
Let's just say I get little sleep, but no, everything is fun. I definitely have to take care of him. Thank God I have somebody that watches him when I'm not at home, but I love to be hands-on with him. I have to make sure I cook for my husband because he loves home-cooked food. And so then you can catch me all night probably stitching and sewing because I've been busy with them during the day. So you have to balance yourself. You have to. It's a handful, but I mean I love it. So I wouldn't pick anything else.
Wow. Okay. Wow, y'all. She is. I call her. What do I call you? Superwoman. She's my superwoman, y'all. She is hands-on with everything, like she said. Always, making sure that her vision is being, sought after and also being done. So, kudos to you.
Thank you.
Chemist, public administration, and also fashion designer, Kachi Designs. Y'all go to kachidesigns.com. Get your outfits. Listen, I got my little bow tie here from Kachi Designs. So if you like that, go ahead and hit her up on Instagram, social media, Facebook, all that stuff, and you can get designs. And you can get custom wear too. This is actually customized, so I had her do a little something for me. So let me kind of move on to something else. So you're a young professional, right? Do you find it hard as a young professional in your own industry to kind of network, to kind of move your line to the next level?
I would say because designing is not so common and so open in Houston, it's a little harder for us here. Compared to like LA or New York, where everything is, there's always, every corner you go to, there's something fashion, something design, there's a whole area for fashion things,
Right.
So Houston's a little harder, but you have to like really continuously work hard and don't give up, like, because if not, kind of fade away, because now there's a lot of people coming out, which is a really good thing. So some people have opened doors for people in Houston, so I really love that. So, but when I first started, there was nothing going on like this, no. But I love the development, and everything is growing. I love it.
So tell us about when you actually first started. What was your first, outside of the vest, what was your first line that you created and was like, okay, ooh, I got my first line. What was that? When was that?
My first big whole collection, I was doing African Fashion Week in New York.
Wow.
So I had to officially create something that flowed, or something that told a story, and this was me presenting myself to a big audience for the first time. It's very, very nerve-wracking, but it was good. I think that day I cried a little bit because I was like, what am I doing? I was here by myself, and you don't know how to open up to ask for help because you're new, and you want to know everything by yourself.
Right.
And then you're seeing all these other people, everything is moving, everybody's stuff is going. You're like, oh my gosh, they made this too. It's just amazing. So no, it was very inspirational after the fact, but that whole process was very nerve-wracking. But it was good.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a lot of good feedback, so that made me keep going. Yeah.
So has there been any notable people that have worn your lines yet?
They have. Let me see if I can think offhand. They have. I know this lady that was on America's Top Model has worn my stuff before.
Ooh, okay.
I want to say her name it begins with a K. I can't think of her name
That's
right
okay.
now.
So
Yeah.
America's Next Top Model has been seen on there. That's what's up, y'all. Again, KachiDesigns.com. That's right.
Yes, ma'am.
Get your designs. Go ahead, put your order in. Christmas, holidays. Get your man something. Get him a bow tie. Get him a vest. Customize a wear. So yeah, I kind of want to switch topics and talk about the fabrics that you use. Where do you get them from? If it's the print, or if it's not the print, where do you get those from? Are those imported? Are they made here? What's going on?
When I first started, I used to actually get a lot of them from Nigeria, but now I found there's a lot of websites, and New York has a lot of places where you can get fabric from. So usually I order them because Houston has a really scarce variety, and it's more expensive out here. So I kind of try to order it from the places that have a lot more fabric, and that's what they do out there.
So what's your favorite kind of creative designs to do? Is it couture? Is it weddings? Is it the Ashobi? Is it, your professional wear? Which one is your favorite one to actually do?
Ooh, my absolute favorite is the wedding. Just seeing the bride happy, and that process, and then the day of is an amazing feeling. So I definitely love doing the whole wedding scene. And it's more as I said, it's like a project. Ashobi is okay, yeah, I'm done. It's a project when it comes to, they have to pick their dress. And women are very picky. So when it comes to their wedding, they want it to be absolutely the best for them for that day. And that's what I try to do for them. And just seeing the bride be happy is one of my key things that makes me like doing wedding dresses.
Okay, y'all. Her wedding dresses was the bomb. She had, how many did you have? 3, 4? I can't remember, but they were all on point. And I was like, Chi-Chi, did you make these? And she said, yeah, girl, I gotta finish, I was like, oh my God, Superwoman. That's why I call her Superwoman. Just for that fact. But they were hands down on point. And I got a chance to actually see some of them at African Fashion Week Houston this year. And a lot of people, I kept seeing them shaking their head yeah, I like that. So y'all can get a customized wedding dress by the one and only Kachi Designs, okay? So I kind of want to switch to what would you tell somebody who is going down this career path of being your traditional healthcare professional, or something that's in law or anything like that, and they have other things that they want to pursue. Maybe it is fashion, maybe it's sports or entertainment or music. What would be something that you would advise them to do?
I would advise them to, when it's something you have passion for, you need to go full throttle. Because you can't do anything. If you want that, you gotta go do it. You gotta focus on just that topic, just that investment, just that project that you wanna work on. Because if you're moving left to right or you have other things, you're not gonna give it your full heart. And when you give something your full heart, it works for you, if that's what it's meant to be for you, so yeah.
Okay, again, y'all, this is It's Our Time with Edidiong Obot, and we'll be right back. We're back with It's Our Time. Again, I'm your host, Edidiong Obot, and I'm with the lovely Mrs. Uwajeh, aka Kachi Designs, or Kachi. So tell us about ways that you are involved in your community, whether it's the Nigerian community, the Houston community. What are ways that you're involved?
Recently, I've kind of focused a little bit more on my church and the people I've grown up with, because when I used to go to that church, I see them as they're little, and some people don't have the much guidance as they needed to, because from example, our parents don't know the ins and out of this country that they just came to. So a lot of kids have questions that they can't ask their parents. So I started volunteering for the teens and advising them on, okay, you're going to college, what do you want to do now? Like, how are you going to better that now? Okay, right. Before you get to college, try and go in that field and see if you really love it, because right. That's one thing I faced when I got to college. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Right. I just did chemistry just because that was the only thing I was good at.
Hey, she's really good at it, y'all, by the way.
I didn't know what I wanted to do. That was the only class I wasn't failing, so I was like, okay, let me just focus on this.
Right.
But I feel like, before getting in, you need to talk to a lot of people. And try and get in what you want to do. I do that. I also volunteer for brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. So I like to mentor the younger people, because as I said, I didn't have as much guidance, not because they didn't want to guide me, just didn't know any better.
Right.
So some people that are don't have parents around them, or parents that have to work all the time, those are the people that I usually talk to and take them to lunch, talk to them about what do you want to do next, mm-hmm. How's your future? What do you see? Okay, if you want to do this, let's go visit somebody that works in that field. Let's see if you really want to do it. Can you volunteer for them? Is it something you're enjoying? So I do stuff like that.
Okay, okay. She's very involved in her family, the church, mentorship. So if y'all want to mentor the big brothers, big sisters, you can definitely do that. Or, be a mentor to some of the youth in your church. Another thing is, I want to ask you, you're the oldest in your family, correct? Mm-hmm. All right. So, so being the oldest in your family, how do you find the time to make sure that you're still being the big sister, even though you now have your own family that you're creating?
Well, technology has definitely helped us. So we have group me's and group text messages, so we try to all keep in touch with what's going on. Like, for example, my little sister, she will be graduating this May.
Wow.
And everybody was hands on deck trying to get her to apply for her program, pass her SATs, pick her up for driving school. So, I think as a team, we all work together, but I have to guide the other ones to make sure they are keeping up with each other, so it's easier on me. So I don't have to do it. I'll ask one person, hey, did you talk to her? Is she okay? Is she good? Okay, cool. Right. So I try to use that as I said, there's 10 of us, so it's hard to keep up with everybody.
That's right, 10. We just had 2 additional people added, the twins.
Yes, ma'am.
So, speaking of family, are there going to be more added on to your son?
By God's grace.
Okay.
By God's grace, when the time comes, it'll come, you know?
Superwoman. That's it right there. That's it. Okay. So, you're a chemist, a public administration person. Do you see yourself going back to school anytime soon?
You know what? I was going to go back to school. I actually tried, but I think I'm kind of done. I think I'm enjoying what I do. I may just go get some certifications just to have some things. But really and truly, I'm enjoying what I do right now. So I think I'm stay right here.
Great. So that kind of leads me to my next question. What's coming up? What's new? What's up? What's up for Kachi Designs?
Oh, well, new for me, I'm trying to get into the bridal wear.
Okay.
I want to get in that and go all the way for that. Like, I love the dresses. I love the whole thing about weddings. So I'm trying to get into that. So I want to do a show and launch like a whole bridal collection, you know? Okay. I've never done that before, so I think
Are we talking like flower girls and the bridesmaids and the bride, the whole
even
thing.
Wedding gifts.
Wow. Yeah, I cannot wait. Listen, I can't wait to see your show with the full wedding line. That's a different level for Kachi Designs.
I'm nervous.
I'm sure it'll be great. It'll be awesome, fantastic, and so on and so forth. Quick question. What's a fun thing you like to do? Outside of sewing, you know, that's your passion, you know, creating, designing. What is something else you like to do?
Oh, I love to travel.
Okay, so where have you been? Where's the last place you've been to?
The last place I came from was, what is the name of this place? I'm thinking of Cancun, but it's not Cancun. It's Punta Cana.
Punta Cana. Ooh,
DR,
okay.
Dominican Republic. Yes.
Okay, how was that?
It was fun. The all-inclusive is amazing. If you go to one of them islands, you go to all-inclusive.
Oh, okay. How many countries have you traveled to? If you can like count.
I can't count.
Wow, so many.
I love exploring, you know.
No,
the world is so big and you want to know everything about it.
Especially as a young professional, you know, we like to travel. So how do you find time to do all you're doing and travel?
I told you it's about balancing.
Yeah.
You put yourself on a schedule. I mean, I have a schedule in my head. I mean, I have one physically, but I put myself on a schedule and I say, okay, I have to work on this. How do I plan my day? How do I work on it? How do I start? When do I stop? When do I take a break? When do I, you know, relax? So even when I take orders, I try to tell people to give me a good enough time because, you know, you don't want to rush anybody's project anyways.
Right.
So it's about balancing.
Okay. So if somebody wants to become a new client, how do they do that?
They can either email me, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and I will contact you right back. Just let me know the date of your event, let me know the style you want, and I can start working towards you finding the material, giving you a budget, and that's it.
Okay. So last but not least, what is your favorite quote that pushes you, inspires you each day?
Through God, all things are possible.
Amen to that. Come on now.
Yes, I wake up thinking about that. I wake up talking to him about that. I go to sleep thinking about that. And I think that's something that everybody needs to think about every day. Like, he really does help you out, even when you're not in a good place, you know? And of course, life isn't perfect, but you know, when you have that faith and you truly believe, like, he could take anything and turn it into something else.
That's so true, y'all. I've known her for a long time. I remember when she was getting her lines ready and everything, and that fire happened.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, it was wow. And it was amazing to see her pick herself back up. And I think that that quote was probably the thing that kind of kept her pushing, because she could have literally quit when you lose everything. But, you know, it's just been an honor to have you on our show today.
Thank you.
Y'all, she is a chemist, a degree in public administration, and it doesn't even matter because she is now a fashion designer, married with a kid, balancing work life. Y'all, it's possible. You can have a family, You can be a business owner. You can still go to school, change your careers. You can still do that as a young professional. The sky's the limit. You know, like she said, through God, all things are possible. So don't limit yourself. Again, this is Edidiong Obot with It's Our Time, and we hope to see you with the next episode. Thank you.